Hello, crafty friends. It's Trisha Clark with Sparkle Farts Paper Crafts. And today I'm coming to you with the Junk Journal July prompt of book page scraps. I love working with book scraps and I have books for days. So what I have today is I have some scraps here. I have some ephemera bases that we may decorate, and I also have some bases that are made from book page scraps. So I figured for about 15 minutes, we would just play and decorate. I have some really cool wrapping paper that I've been hoarding and decided to cut into pages, pockets, and scraps like so. And so some of them I thought would be great pockets and belly bands. And these will be full pages that will get backed. Now, we're not going to work with those today, but this is what the scraps are from. And so the little pieces left over, I've got those and some of these. I don't remember what this paper is called. I found it in a cool shop, but it's like a printed mulberry, but a little bit thicker. But I thought we would work with these with our book page scraps and make some fun ephemera for our ephemera stash. So I hope you'll hang out with me for a few minutes and we'll just make some random stuff. Let's start with some book page ephemera that we can just decorate, and I'll move these out the way. And let's start with a pocket tag. And this tag is 7 inches tall. So this could also be a great pocket tuck on the side of a page. So we'll see what it becomes. I really think I want to use some of this. And the actual pattern of these scraps doesn't really matter because I'm just looking for some background. So I think we'll use this one. And we need a ruler, a tear ruler. I've got a tear ruler, I've got a glue stick, I've got my glue page. I think we're ready. Make sure I'm still in frame here. Thought we'd really embrace the scrap of all of this, and I'm going to leave that a little bit rough. I'm okay with that. We can rough up the other edge and ink it once we get it glued down. Awesome. All right, so we'll just use glue stick, and I'll decide later if I'm going to stitch around these. I have black thread in my sewing machine right now, so I don't think it's going to show up enough, so I may not stitch around this one. Now, when I think book scraps, I think little scraps. I think the glue pages, because these are all made from my glue pages that get all sticky. And I just put them in a chunk of ephemera. Oh man, gouged my glue stick. Let's see if we can't add that back. Bet we're getting close to the bottom of this one, and that's why it's getting all goopy. And we could even do this one upside down so we see the floral more, because no one's going to know what any of that picture was supposed to be. Where's my bone folder? Okay. And then we'll glue that shut, and then we'll decorate. Actually, before we do that, let's decorate the outside. And I think for the bottom, we'll just do the red for a little bit of contrast, but coordination. Or should we do that little bird? Maybe we should. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it down on here and then trim around it. I just think that will be easier than trying to get the size exactly right. Let's get our little bird above that fold. Yeah. Now this wrapping paper curls a lot, so I really feel like it needs to be backed or mounted on something. Pardon the squeak of the chair. I've got to find some WD-40 in this house. We're not going to get real precious about this, you guys. It's just paper. We can ink the edges. There we go. Oh, that's really cute. Should we do a notch there or just leave it? Round corners? I'm not sure. I'll trim this edge. Trim all this up. Make sure this is going to stay glued. I like to glue stick the middle and then sometimes add a little liquid glue on the edges just to make sure that it's really good and glued down. I'm thinking scorched timber for the ink. And I do think I want to round the corners. Oh, I forgot to set my timer. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. Maybe we'll be closer to 20 with as slow as I'm getting started. Let's round some edges. A little different from the typical tag edge. Yeah, I like that. Not sure if I want the thumb hole notch or not. In fact, I do have this little bit here, and I think we're going to fold that around the edge, and that'll just make that edge a little bit cleaner. And then around those edges again. Now, I anticipate this is going to be glued down, so I'm not going to do anything with the back. Still got a little bit to trim up here. Okay. Put a little glue here. Okay, guess I probably should have inked the edge of that pocket first. I bet we still can. Real quick. There we go. Let's see it a little bit better. I love this scorched timber if you haven't used it. It's one of my favorite colors right now. I love that it's a little bit different from black, not as stark, and gives everything kind of that singed edge. I love it. It's subtle on this because this paper is dark enough already, but it does give it a little something compared to the other edge, just to soften those edges and make it look a little more finished. Okay. Oh, that did not glue. Let's go ahead and... I didn't get enough glue on that edge. There we go. All right, let's find a cute label, and I think maybe a tailor-made label. Let's see, let's make sure they're not too dark, but they sure are cute. We could do something like this. I think oblong would work better though. As long as it's not too big, because I don't want to cover up the bird. That could work in a different color if we can find that size. These are all square. this was called. Labels 3, maybe? Oh, I do kind of like that. These are all too big. I also have some Dash of Dave labels we could look at. But I think that's the runner-up right now. And then, let's find our Dash of Dave. Let's see if there's anything. Ooh, I bet there is. There is. Now, I don't want to spend too long belaboring this. The whole idea is to get stuff done, not analysis paralysis, but I feel like there's something in here, if I can find the right size, that could be really fun. No, I don't want a tag shape. That's too white, too red. Oh, if there was something. That'll cover our bird. Well, maybe not. We might have to use Dash of Dave on another one that's a little bit bigger, or a tag, because they definitely would go, but I'm not finding just the right. Ooh, hang on. No. Okay, we're gonna go with TaylorMade. Get that in that ink so I don't waste it. Put that right there. And then I really think that's all that needs till it goes in a journal, and then we can put a cute little tag in it that's been altered. Awesome. All right, there's one. Now let's decorate something with some book page and this wrapping paper. Let's go ahead and, how do we feel about this? No, not the right color. Let's do some of this, and children's book doesn't quite feel right. I feel like it needs to be a really aged one. Darker, not lighter. Let's see. I may not have the right one in here. Something like this. I like that. I don't know what our focal point will be yet. Maybe a little bit. I've been wanting to do a really cute Medieval Mirage journal for owls, in the company of owls and raptors. And she has that gorgeous medieval vibe, and I think these will be really, really pretty with that. Okay, put this down first. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to retire this glue stick soon. This keeps gouging. I don't want to cover up all the numbers, so we'll move that down. Pick that back up. See if we can't use it on here. This one could be fun stitched around, I think. There's enough else going on that it would be really pretty. Now my sewing machine's in the other room, so I won't do that with you. Okay. Does it need a big label, or does it need like a focal point? It's definitely not Christmas or Valentine's. I want it to be, nope, that covers all of the, no, oh, I like it, but it does cover all of the numbers and that beautiful paper, so too big. What else we got? Raspberry vinegar is not going to do the trick. What about this one? Oh, you know what I do have? Maybe a Junk Journal Studio label. Let's look at Taylor again. I feel like this can use a fairly big one. And a little extra color. Can't tell what that photo is. Let's see. Where are my birds? Or that could be really pretty. That could be really pretty. And maybe have okay, so that's an option. If we go with owls and raptors, let's see, we have owls. And I know I have some Medieval Mirage in here. Where did you go? Oh, I thought I had some of it printed. No. Okay, well, I haven't printed it yet then, so not enough of it to matter. All right, we're going to look at owls and then we're going to make our decision. Oh, that one's very pretty. And I like that one too. Okay, so those are my top 2 picks so far. Let's ink them first and see. Not sure if I need a new dauber or if I need to re-ink my ink pad. I think I like that one. This one needs a little bit more like a brown. Can't believe we're almost at 15 minutes. I haven't really gotten much done. I think I like this one for the vibe of the journal I know it's going to go in. I think it's going to be this brighter one. Alexa, stop. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's our 15 minutes. Do we do one more? And super cute. They'll be perfect. Perfect. All right, let's do one more that's going to feel a little bit more. Let's do some. Got this printed book page here, and I think it would make a really cute big journal card. And I have this one here that it fits almost perfect on. And with maybe a piece of lace, and then we'll call it done for today, huh? Book page scraps are so much fun to use. They're so versatile and give you such a great neutral background. I know this wasn't super innovative today, but I've got a bunch of stuff on my desk, and sometimes it's about getting through the stuff on your desk and using what you have versus coming up with a brand new idea. At least that's how I feel. Now we could cut those off. We could do some washi on the edges. I wonder what that would look like. What color? Do I have an interesting red? Ooh, let's try this one. I think this could be fun. I'll either love it or hate it. We won't know which till we try. But I think this red and white stripe is really cute. All right, we need to run some glue down that edge to help that washi stick, for sure. Just trying not to get more glue on my workspace because I'm notorious for it, as you can probably tell. Now I still need to back the back of this, so I'm going to wrap it around the back, and then we'll add some coffee dyed paper on the back for journaling space, or we can leave it blank and this could be a really nice pocket. Let me know, what do you think, journal card or pocket? Because I don't have to decide today. All right. right. Do we want to... No, we don't want to border the whole thing. It's too much. All right, I also think because of the black font, let's see what I think of scorched timber on this, on just an edge. No, I think I want vintage photo. Yeah. And then this one feels more like a vertical word than a label. This way. Or we have some quotes. Okay. These all feel very spring, so maybe not that one. Moments collect written. That might be a fun one. Stay true. I like the idea of the black ones. I'm not seeing anything in that one. I don't know how well this will show up, but we'll see. Door. Radiance. March to your beat. We could trim some of that. That might be cute. Ink that up. Yeah, I think that's cute. It's simple and a fun way to use some children's book page scrap. All right, friends, there we go. 3 fairly quick ideas with book page. Where'd the other 2 go that I made? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hi, Patch. Huh. Well, now I don't know where they went, but you saw them. Oh, there they are. There we go. Thanks for joining me for Junk Journal July's book page scraps. It was day 14. Day 15 is daily rest and pause. So take a day, reflect on everything you've done so far this month. And if you haven't caught up with every day, it's okay. I haven't done every day either. This is about enjoying the process, pausing, and self-care. So if you need to take a couple days off or give yourself some grace about not keeping up with every day of Junk Journal July, it is not required. We're here for fun. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. I would love for you to subscribe and see what we have coming up next, and I'll see you in the next video.